Valley rosé that they'll talk about.
Which is really nice.
Yeah,
By
it's
the way.
awesome. Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Thank you. I do too. Me too. We always, we're very lucky with our wineries, and we with our Qorks company, we always taste through all the wines and vet the winemakers where we've been asked them to be part of it.
Thanks, background. You could do that too.
Hey, Bruce.
Where are you guys? Can everyone roll call and tell me where you're calling in from?
Whoops.
Everybody but Jill can do that. Yeah.
You're in outer space.
I'm on active duty. I don't know if people know that, but I'm on active duty in the Navy right now.
Who has a new haircut?
Who does?
Christina?
I had to pull it back because I haven't washed it.
Christina, you're floating out in outer space.
I usually am.
So Jill, can you also there are a couple people on the call here that don't know the background of your company, of course.
Okay.
Can you stop and just, and there's a lot of winos on this call. So thank you for pulling us all together. But why don't you give a little background on Qorks?
Okay.
And kick it over to Allie and Andy and Bee Hunter.
Oh yeah, sure. That's a great idea. So, we started a few years ago with Qorks, and the idea was that there were a lot of really great wineries, small wineries. I'm an attorney, so it started off with me thinking small wineries weren't being serviced well by the legal profession. But the more I started thinking about it and looking at it and meeting the winemakers and meeting the people that actually try to sell their wine, we were thinking they need to have a better way to connect with their customers, right? And so it's very hard to see or to meet winemakers and to meet the small winemakers especially. But it's usually the smaller wineries have the highest quality wine. They have people that care about their wine, people that are really, really passionate about their wine and winemaking. And so that was the idea, to sort of create an e-commerce marketplace where people could find wine that they really loved. And hey guys, hey Chapmans. So that was the idea. That's the idea for Qorks Wine. And then we have a collection of about 20 wineries who sell through us.
So if anybody wants to know what's going on right now, we're doing a live tasting, so I thought it'd be really fun for my friend to check in. So, hi from home. We got the cat and the dog. Okay, I'm coming back.
So we're here on a ridge above Anderson Valley. This is a family ranch. I was born here.
Hey, hold on, Andy. Hey, can everybody would you mind muting your thing, and then we'll go and we'll do questions later. Okay. Okay, Andy, sorry, back to you.
All right, so we're here in Anderson Valley, southern.
Alexander Valley?
No, Ander Valley.
Oh, Anderson Valley.
Like Andy's
Valley. Okay.
And
we need some wine.
How did you guys end up in Anderson Valley?
I was born here. I didn't have a choice.
And how was it that you were born there? Because I love that story where your dad retired at the age of 33 and built a house up there in Anderson Valley.
Yeah, he fell in love with it. He did a lot of research. He decided he wanted to retire to the North Island of New Zealand, coastal Maine, or Mendocino County.
The choices were Maine, New Zealand, or here. And we're thirsty, so we poured ourselves some rosé. Cheers.
Very good, very good. So, Andy...
delicious. That's a wine term.
So, tell us about the winery, the idea to start the winery, and your winemaking history.
So, I learned to make wine at Navarro Vineyards. I worked there for 10 years. And so the base of everything I try and do is similar to Navarro, but more focused flavors. Navarro is a blending house, so lots of different wines get blended together, and oftentimes ends up with a wine that's less focused than I would prefer. So I try and take those same flavor profiles, but have them more focused, a little bit bolder, a little bit richer. It makes the wines a little more expensive, but hopefully that shows through in the flavor.
So, how did you guys get started in the winemaking? How did you guys start doing your own wines?
So I started this wine venture the day I met Elisa, and
2013.
And I said, oh, look, a wine sales girl. Let's make wine together. And then it just happened. That's it. I started off with a partner in Sonoma County. We bought him out. And since 2015, it's been just the two of us hanging out on the ridge.
So how many different, because you're a really interesting winery for us at Qorks, because usually we have like a winery that makes two wines, like either a Cabernet or a Cabernet and a Pinot Noir or something, but you guys have a bunch of different wines that you make. Can you tell us how you came up with so many different wines?
Well, we don't have a CFO, and Allie's hard at telling me no, so I just get to make more and more and more and more wines. And paradoxically, we've become known for some of our more obscure varietals, Semillon, Grenache, Carignan, stuff that a CFO wouldn't have let me make, but now it's gotten us into a lot of places. And of course, our bread and butter is Pinot Noir because this is Anderson Valley. And we sell lots and lots of Chardonnay because everybody likes Chardonnay.
Chardonnay is delicious. But one of the reasons that one of the reasons that you make so many different wines is that you source from so many different vineyards up there.
Yeah, I know all the growers. And we have good relationships with everybody, and there's all these wonderful grapes. We live in a climate that has blazing hot just on that ridge and super cool on this ridge right here, and so we have a very broad palette to paint our pictures with.
And you mainly source from wineries right up there around the ridge, correct?
We also source from down in the valley floor, different flavor profile, hotter days, colder, wetter nights. Up on the ridge, we're a little bit cooler during the day and warmer at night, so we can grow a lot of red wine grapes. And down in the valley proper, it's pretty much Pinot Noir and white grapes.
So why don't you tell us about the rosé, and then I'm going to ask you guys, like, sort of the name Bee Hunter and your philosophy with your winemaking, and then also some of the awards that you guys have won. But tell us about the rosé.
I'm going to jump in real quick and answer two of your questions, Allie style. One thing I wanted to say is that when I first met Andy, he had an experiment growing in every corner of this beautiful house over here. There was sparkling plum wine, there was kombucha, there was sauerkraut, pretty much you name it. He just made sourdough bread today. So he's always making something. And so whenever he wanted to do a whole bunch of different wines, I was like, that sounds like fun. And it has been interesting trying to tame the beast. And then whenever I try to, there's always someone, a distributor or a judge who just falls in love with one of the different varietals. So it's been balancing the books has been difficult, mostly just because we love to do it all, and Andy's good at all of it. So that's the one answer. And then the second part, that's why the wine club is so much fun, because people can just choose something really extraordinary, and they're never going to get something from anywhere else like they can get from us. The second thing is, if you imagine a tiramisu cake, that's kind of where we live. So you have different layers. You're going to have the fog influence that comes in from the Pacific Ocean. You're going to have a warmer climate in town in Boonville. And so we can do high, medium, and low with all these different vineyards. And when we do our Pinot Noir blends, then you get all these varietals of flavors. Or the single vineyard. This one happens to be from the deep end. And Andy can tell you about the rosé now and how we source for this one. So if you imagine, we're sourcing from all these different places to bring you that variety of flavor.
All right.
But you still do a lot of single vineyard.
Almost entirely.
Vineyard.
Yeah.
Right.
We only have a couple blends. We have a Pinot Noir, Anderson Valley. Some years it's Mendocino because we have enough ridge fruit that's out of the appellation. And this is our first blended Pinot Noir rosé. Prior, we only made it from Docker Hill Vineyard, which is in Campchi, on top of a ridge. But in 2017, I was able to get a bunch of perfectly ripe Pinot Noir grapes from Dan Dooling at Mariah Vineyards.
Super high elevation, 3,000 feet above sea level, king of the hill, queen of the hill. We do a lot of different Mariah wines, so.
Yeah.
So the
You do a lot. You do like a Sauvignon Blanc and Chardonnay and all kinds of stuff
Pinot.
from Mariah, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can look down on the clouds from there. So it's in the sunshine, and you're looking down on the clouds. Islands in the sky.
So this is
So tell us specifically about this wine, and then I'm going to unmute you guys and tell me, you guys that actually have the rosé, tell me what you think about it too. Okay.
Okay, so this is it's whole cluster press, barrel fermented. We leave it on the yeast lees for about 6 months, which gives it nice richness and creaminess. But it's still a Pinot Noir through and through. So you get a little bit of that spice box and some of that sweet fruit character with enough acidity. We pick it at about 22 bricks, so it still has enough acidity to balance out.
What's the alcohol for that?
13.2.
13.2. Okay. I'm dying that I don't have it. Okay, so I'm gonna unmute you guys. You guys that actually have the wine with you, let me chime in here and tell me what you think.
I noticed definitely if you kind of just let it sit for a moment and then you smell it, it kind of gets this gummy bear, like red gummy bear smell. Mm-hmm. And then when you swirl it, it kind of gets more of that strawberry, fresh watermelon. It's really good and amazing. I'm really surprised. It's really good for the price point. It's awesome. Yeah.
So, and one of the things, Allie, that you told me about the wine was that it's smoother than some of the other rosés you guys have done.
Yeah, we have a rosé that's Burgundy in 2015. We have a rosé that's fruity and bright, almost sparkles like strawberry, 2016. This 2017 is just so easygoing and mellow. It's the other two required explanation. This rosé requires no explanation. It's just yum. So I've been asking for a yum and asking for something that wasn't super expensive because it's Pinot Noir 100%. And so this one we were able to get it down in price and get it just to be yummy for everyone, which for me, I find it easier to sell wine when everybody loves it. But Andy ends up finding people that are really discerning that end up loving us just the same. So I'm kind of the one that has 20 people in my corner hanging out, and he has a couple that are lifers. And so we're able to balance that out. But this is like for everybody, rosé. You can take it to any party, any mega yacht, and everyone's going to love it. When we can party on mega yachts again.
Anybody else have the rosé open that they want to talk about anything? Sela, I think you had some, or...
I love it. I'm not a big rosé fan, but I love this. And am I tasting oak?
So it has neutral French oak. So it has barrel character, but it doesn't have... There's no such thing as truly neutral oak. So there is a little bit of oak in there. But we use 6-year-old Pinot Noir barrels for it. So they've had red wine in them for 5 years. But the rosé is a little more acidic, so the extraction is a little bit different than the extraction for Pinot Noir.
I think Chapman's. I think you had the. Do you have a bottle? Do you have the rosé open, or what do you think?
Oh, yes, indeed, and we are drinking. By the way, just want to let Bee Hunter guys know that we've been customers of Navarro for, gosh, probably 30 years. So we love Anderson Valley.
Longer than the last person at the poured to us. When was it?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We were older than the person pouring the wine. Our wine club members.
Oh, there you go.
Did you enjoy it from the years 2000 to 2010, especially by chance?
Objection leading.
We did.
That's when he was there making the wine.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, of course we did. Yeah, no, I like this Pinot Noir Rose very much. It has a very long finish, which is lovely. Very elegant.
What should we recommend?
Anybody else want to chime in on the
Dan,
Pinot?
what do you think, Dan?
So my big mistake was that I over-chilled it. And now that it's warmed up some, with me wrapping my hands around it, it certainly is much more to my liking. Again, I'm not a big rosé guy. But at this point, it has much more of a, not being so cold, it has much more of a Pinot character to it. I don't have any rosé in my basement. I'm not a big rosé fan. When we get to talk about the Pinot, I'll have more to say.
That's coming up.
Hey Jill, what did I tell you when we were chatting earlier about this rosé being my picnic rosé, right?
I was just going to say
Okay, I'm gonna put my little self back in the picture. I said that we like to take picnics, and we don't always plan ahead to chill our wines. I admit it. We're not always 110% put together to chill our wines ahead of time. So good on you that you were. However, we make all of our wines grab and go. It's one of Andy's favorite slogans, just grab and go. So this one, if you pulled it out room temp, and you pop the bottle open, it'd be just as good as when you chill it, and that's true to a lot of our wines.
It'd be even better. Don't
chill
the white.
Yeah, you can even sometimes in warmer climates chill our Pinots as well. So.
Hey, look at that! They've bonused us up to no time limit. Yay!
We can be on here forever.
Let's move on to the Pinot.
Oh, you got the dog. Oh no.
Oh, JJ.
Okay, go ahead, Whitney. Oh wait, hold on, Whitney. Hold on. You're muted.
Thank you. Okay. So I noticed that it's a screw top, and it's a 2017. How does that kind of play into the wine?
Drink it now. Drink it up.
Does it kind of
Put a bunch
oxidize
in
so
your
much
cellar
slower
and drink
because
it
it
every
is a
year.
screw top? Did it kind of retain that pretty acidity that it has, or?
So the danger in a reductive wine and Pinot Noir Rose, the way we make it,
They're there. They just.
is
Sorry, Allie and Annie. Did you hear the question from Whitney?
yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So the danger on a screw cap for a reductive wine, like a Semillon or a Rosé Pinot Noir, is that it can get extra funky and kind of go little too far into that reductive sphere. So we have to be careful that we make sure there's no reductive character to it when we bottle it. But in terms of the acidity is going to be maintained with the screw cap or cork in a similar fashion. It's just not going to oxidize, so you can see. Even though, I love to age the rosé. Let me see if you can see on the here right to the side. It's got a nice, beautiful light salmon color to the side of the bottle. With no browning, and I think that the screw cap is really helpful in that. That there is a potential to get some browning out of rosé, and I much prefer to age the rosé. I think it gets better and better and better. It's tough sometimes to sell it because so many people are selling their 2019 rosé already.
I'm a fan. I'm gonna buy it. It's amazing. It's really good. I'm looking for 2017 because I kind of had that belief, I guess. It's like, oh, drink it fresh, but 2017 is delicious. So very well done.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, and I felt like there's no room in the screw top, especially if that's white, right?
Especially when you're on your yacht and someone stole your corkscrew and you need to be able to open the wine, and the shoe method doesn't always work. So
That always works.
So here's a question. Why did you go with the synthetic cork rather than the standard cork? I know it's more expensive, but is there any reason behind that?
So the answer to that one's a little complicated. If you look at all of our red wines, we do have natural cork, with very few exceptions, and those exceptions are, in this case, we did a Pinot Noir Wiley his and Pinot Noir Wiley hers, which are slightly different barrel regimen, and to differentiate, given that the labels look very similar except for the little Carcass Alba sticker on the bottom, we added this composite cork just as a differentiation to let people know that they're getting a slightly different wine. But no, I prefer the natural cork for the red wine.
I don't. I like this one because there's no corking that happens. You ever get a corked wine? Andy, every time we go out, he's like, or we go to events,
planted by Brad Wiley. He's one of the sons of Wiley and Sons Publishing. So